How was it? How was everybody's Thanksgiving? How was your holiday? Hopefully you can hear me and we about to get to cooking good looking. Okay, so December is here and I'm ready to bake some things for you. But today we're not gonna be baking. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna be planning on baking and then we're gonna get to business. Okay, so today I'm in the kitchen. I'm about to make dinner and I'm about to make orzo, shrimp, and roasted vegetables. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how I put it together. It's simple, it's easy, and it's a nice, low, healthy meal. So let me know how your Thanksgiving went out. Did you bring any or cook anything that I suggested? Did you taste anything that's good that you like? Listen, let me try it out. Let me see what it's about. So today I'm gonna show you all the ingredients and I'm gonna help you spice up your life. If you are a bland cooker and you want like some flavors, some seasonings or something, and I'm gonna show you how to do shortcuts. I normally come in on Thursdays and cook. We're gonna have to change it to a Wednesday because your girl and I picked up a job, okay? Susie, I picked up a job, okay? So first and foremost, I'm gonna tell you what we're cooking today. We're gonna be cooking like this risotto or orzo. I think I'm saying orzo. It's kind of like, it's pasta, but it looks like rice grains, and this is what it looks like in the package right here. And we're gonna cook a nice little dinner. We're gonna talk about it, and then we're gonna get into what we're gonna be baking for the holidays, because I have to make double espresso chocolate cakes. We're gonna have to make cookies. We're a lot on the menu. So if you're interested in joining the community, make sure you look at some of my videos I have. Make sure you stay tuned, interact with me right now, because we're about to get into this cooking live, and I'm about to show you what I'm cooking for dinner because I'm hungry. Okay. So let's get to it. I done took everything out. I got my, y'all know I was talking about this earlier, my stove top, okay? And I'm cooking some shrimp. So what I said I was cooking today, I'm gonna have a picture on it. It's gonna look real good. It's gonna look really nice. I normally come in and cook on Thursday. So, hey, I'm here Wednesday. We're gonna have to change it up a little bit. So, orzo, this is what I have right here. This meal is gonna cost you $15 and under. And it can feed a lot of people. If you add some chicken to it, like chicken thighs, roast them really good. I got some shrimp I'm about to do. I done had the bag. I caught it on sale and I'm about to cook the rest of it. So this is what we have right here. First and foremost, I have that in my pan, my pot. Hopefully y'all can see. Let me see if I turn y'all around real good. Okay. I just want to make sure y'all getting a good angle. Boom. Maybe it's me because I know I tend to keep my, I tend to keep my phone on like dark mode for some reason because I'm constantly at the computer all the time in my life. So I just tend to keep my stuff on dark mode. But it's probably just me. Oh, it is me. Let me liven you up. Okay, so first and foremost, we have the orzo. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, please forgive me. Do not charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. So first thing first, I'm just gonna toast it a little bit. And this is my right. So let me go ahead and I'm gonna turn this bad boy up. Now, if y'all haven't noticed, I got this a while back and this thing do get the cooking. So first and foremost, I'm going to do a cup and 3/4 in here. I already washed my hands and everything. And like I said, it is pasta, but it looks like big grains of rice. So you're gonna put that in there. You're gonna toast it. And I'm gonna get some butter. You can use unsalted butter or salted butter. I'm gonna use what I got on deck, which is salted butter, okay? And then I'm gonna show y'all some seasonings that you can buy that is gonna really like liven up your cooking. So if you like, man, I need to add some new seasonings, get some new flavors, see what's going on, I'm gonna show you some flavors, some seasonings that you're gonna really like. So you just want to get this warmed up, get it toasted. Once they start turning like a nice little brown color, you don't want them burnt. It's a nice little brown color. That is when you're going to pour in your broth, or you can pour in your water, however you want to cook it. So I'm gonna put the top on it right now. Now, I'm gonna make my own broth. If you if you don't know, you want to get this. They sell this everywhere, Walmart, Target, wherever they got seasonings, they got it. So you want to try this out. Oh, I got a baby in the back crying. Oh, Auntie not doing a good job. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, baby. What's going on? Okay, let me get back. Y'all might hear a little baby in the back. That's my nephew. Okay, so if you want to spice up your life and you want some seasonings, you want to try this out. They have a couple of different brands I'm about to show you. So this one right here is the chicken flavor. I'm going to use this for my broth. Oh, hold on. My baby crying, y'all. It's not my baby. It's my nephew. What's going on, Mr. Man? Mr. Man, what's going on? Here, try that out. Oh, you ain't doing right. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm coming back. I try to be an auntie. Okay, so again, I'm gonna make my own chicken broth. So if you're trying to save on money and time and you want like a good specialty, get this. You can pick this up anywhere. Hopefully, I can see it, and it's not like doing too much with the light. So this is a good brand. This is the chicken broth brand. They have multiple ones. I'm not getting paid for this, but I'm trying to give you some little flavor. This one right here is the tomato broth chicken. This is really good if you're doing like soups and if you do anything like that. Really good and flavorful. And then they have a beef one as well. And this is the beef one. So you can tell in my household, we like the big one, the chicken. Now, you're going to find this in the, I want to say, depending on what store you're going to, the international aisle, or you'll find it in the Mexican cuisine. I'm not for sure. Some places I find this in the Mexican aisle. It's called Mexican cuisine. That's where they put it at. And then sometimes it's in the international aisle. But they have just the chicken. This is good if you want to make your own broth. It saves you money. Instead of buying them, the broth, what's that, carts, you can just buy that and make it anytime you want. Really flavorful. You can put in all types of stuff. If you want, they have the tomato one. This is good if you make it soups, anything like that. Really good and flavorful. And then they have the beef one as well. So, and they have the vegetable one. I tend not to get the vegetable one because I like the flavors and all that good stuff. So if you're interested, we're making a Orzo roasted cheesy meal. Okay, I'm gonna show you what it's gonna look like. So I got a tablespoon of salted butter here. I'm going to toast these just a little bit, and then once they start getting toasted, then I'm going to add in 2.5 cups of broth, which I'm going to make on my own. So I was showing y'all the flavors that you can do to beef up yours. Okay, now while this is going on, the way I'm going to cook mine, let me see who's all in here. Hey, good, but yeah, don't use a lot of it. So you want to use a little bit. If you use too much of this, your food's going to be salty. But it is flavorful when you add it into things. And when you do cook with this, don't use other seasonings that have salt to it. So try to be conscious of how you use it too. Because at too much, your food will be salty and people will be like, who cooked the meal today? I don't like it. So on that note, that was a good tip. Thank you for saying that. On that note, we're going to be cooking these up. So I have a cup and 3/4 of these. I'm going to toast them first. And then as I'm toasting them, go ahead. I have zucchini and cherry tomatoes that I'm going to be roasting. So I'm going to show y'all the zucchini and cherry tomatoes, and we're going to be roasting it. I'm doing multitasking today, okay? And then I have an 8x8 pan. I'm going to sit right here, and I'm going to actually just show y'all what I'm going to do in this 8x8 pan when it comes to our vegetables. So first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and drop my cherry tomatoes in here. We want to roast these in the oven. I already rinsed them off and everything, so that's why they're in here like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut up a red onion, which is purple. That's so funny to me. People are like, a purple onion, a red onion. It's called a red onion, but it looks purple. These are flavorful when you roast it. I like them when you roasting food, so you want to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to cut up a little small one. You see I'm not doing a big one, so I'm going to cut up that one. Put this right here, okay? Because we cooking dinner. Now tell me how y'all Thanksgiving meal came out. Did you bring anything to the dinner? Did you taste anything that's new that you want to try out? Did you do anything different than you normally do on a regular day? Yeah, I'm a little thin. I cut it off my crazy butt. All right. Yes. So for my Thanksgiving, I didn't have to cook because I already did like all that pre-stuff. Everything that I showed y'all, if you've been watching me live, I actually just made side dishes, a little bit of the roasted vegetables, which they love. And then we cooked a couple pies. But for Christmas, which is my favorite time of the year, everybody is so polite. Even the fake people is extra fake on the holiday. So I love it. Everybody's nice. They consider it and all that good stuff. So that being said, I actually like to bake dessert. So I have a chocolate cake that I have in the works that we're going to actually cook. That's going to be a long one. I'm going to cook it prior to getting on here, but I'm going to show you every step. And then at the end, you know how we supposed to put it in the oven and take it out. Boom, bada bing. I'm going to have it already done for you so we can icing it. One thing we are going to do is icing it together. So I got one red onion. I'm going to do a zucchini in here and a squash. You do not have to do this. You can be optional. You don't have to put that in there if you don't want to. And while that's going on, you want to prep your oven to 400 so that you can roast these vegetables. And I'm just going to chop them up pretty big. You don't have to take the skin off of them or anything like that. And I'm just going to dice them up. And I'm going to show you the seasonings I'm going to use to flavor up this meal. Okay. But yeah, so we're going to make some cookies coming up. And we're going to make this chocolate cake that my family has put in an order for. And I have to make 3 of them. I'm going to make dump cookies. If you don't know how to make dump cookies, I'm going to show you how to make them from scratch. I'm also going to show you how to make oatmeal cookies from scratch. Now, we did the package, but when you make stuff from scratch, it just gives it more love. It just shows that you gave more attention to it. Not saying you can't cut corners. You can, but if you already have the ingredients on hand, why not just, take it to the next level, add some extra stuff. And then on top of that, if you have any leftover Halloween candy, because I know parents did not let their kids eat all that Halloween candy. If you got some chocolate left over, some M&Ms, something like that, guess what? We're going to put that to use. Let me see what I got going on. My meal was delicious. I made the turkey, cornbread, casserole, and a sweet potato pie with a biscuit. Oh, I've been seeing a lot of people make that, you made it with the sweet potato? Oh, okay. That sounds nice. I've been seeing people make the cheesecake and something else. But that sounds good. You was cooking. See, I don't got time. I don't want to be in the kitchen all day. But I'll show y'all little side meals to take to the party. Okay, so once you cut up your zucchini, you got your tomatoes and your onion in there. We're going to put a little bit of vegetable oil in here. You can use whatever oil you want. I'm going to use a tablespoon and a half. I'm really kind of eyeballing this for real, y'all. Tablespoon and a half. Okay, now I'm about to show y'all the other secret ingredients that I like to keep on hand when I am making this. We're going to add a little pinch of kosher salt. I don't use table salt. I like the kosher salt. So the kosher salt, they like really big grains. They have the medium-sized ones. You don't need that much in there. Boom. So all the rest of the seasons I'm going to show you, use as flavor. Do not use as you're going to season it so heavy that it's going to be salty. Because I already added a little bit of salt. That's going to burst the tomatoes. It's going to give the onions and the zucchini flavor. If you have not been cooking with me, you know I like to use Kinders. And they have a whole lineup. I am a Sam's Club membership person, so I cook with them all the time. I go in there and buy everything. We're going to use some Italian seasoning. Because y'all know I shop at Kroger. And this doesn't have any salt to it. It's just herbs. Now, this is really good. Be light on it. It does have salt to it. And this is the butter steakhouse. I tell you, I put this in everything. If you ever see me cook, like, she's always using that. What's going on? I'm going to use oregano crush. This smells really good. And I'm going to add a little bit to that. So this is going to be like a little Italian flavor. It's going to smell like garlic bread when you cooking it here, okay? Then I'm going to use a little bit of this garlic. You can cut up your garlic if you have if you buy it, just take off the shell, put it in and put some olive oil. But if you don't and you already got it cut up like I do, just go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of that in there, okay? And then I'm going to use some smoked paprika, just a little bit, okay? Boom. And all I'm going to do is take my spatula and I'm going to make sure that all of the oil and the seasonings are on all of the vegetables. And we're going to roast this. So at this point, the oven should be on 400. The highest I will go is 425 and let this cook for about 15 minutes max, okay? You're just waiting on your vegetables to get soft and everything to burst. This right here should start cooking because I finally got it together. Boom. So this is how it's going to look. We're going to put that in the oven. Now let's go back to this because this thing right here does get to cooking really high and it will burn some stuff, okay? And I have burned some stuff before in this. So these are nice brown toast. I put a tablespoon of butter in there, salted butter. And all I'm going to do is make sure they toasted. They are toasty. They nice. They smell good. Now this is actually a pasta. It is not a rice. So it's actually a pasta. I'm going to add 2.5 cups of water in here. And I'm going to make my own. I'm going to make my own chicken broth. Ooh, I did that just perfect. Now I'm going to leave a little bit out just in case. Now, I was telling y'all earlier, if you want to bump up the flavor and the seasonings, you can go ahead and use this. Be careful. Somebody said this can be salty, and it can get salty for you. So you don't want to put a lot in there, but you do want to just, be careful. I ain't even put a lot in there, y'all, because all my other stuff has a lot of flavor and a lot of seasoning in there. So we don't want to overboard with this. Now you're going to go ahead and after you toast it, and you get them nice and brown, you're going to go ahead and put your chicken broth, if you bought some, or beef broth, however you want to do this. And then you're going to go ahead and let this cook. This only needs to cook for about 10 minutes al dente. If you want it a little longer, I'll go for 12 to 14. So I need to take this out in 10 minutes. Now let me show you what my vegetables look like since they've been roasting. Ooh, they look delicious. And I'm going to put my other one in the oven, because we got to multitask right now, okay? Ooh, let me get another one. I don't want to burn my hand. Last time y'all see me burn my hand, that was not fun, okay? So this is what it looks like once it get done roasting. It is not burnt or anything. They're nice and roasted, okay? Now, if you want, you can make this a one-pot wonder if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but this can be a one-pot wonder. Let me turn this around this way. Boom. And I want to make sure I got that cooking. So at this point, we got our vegetables in here cooking. They look nice. And we got a little bit of oil in here, a little bit of butter. And these are looking delicious. Now, this pan is really, really hot. And if you want to, I'm about to cut this on. This is an oven safe pan. And I can also cook on the stovetop with this. I have some flavors in here. I have some seasonings in here. All this can be a one-pot wonder. If you want to, meaning you can cook your rice, you can cook your shrimp, your vegetables all in one, put a lid on top, and then when it gets done, take it out, okay? Now this pan is so hot because I have my oven on 400. And what I'm actually going to do is take a little bit of butter, a tablespoon of butter, okay? And I'm just going to put it on this side of the pan. And all these flavors that's inside here, I'm going to take it and put some of my shrimp on this side, okay? Now, you don't want to over-season your food, because if you over-season your food, guess what? It's going to be salty. That's why I tell y'all, just be careful. Taste it. Now, if you're the type of person, you under-season food, you're like, I don't know why my food don't never have no flavor to it, just add a little bit of butter. Butter is for flavor, okay? If you don't know, butter is for flavor. So what I'm going to do is put my shrimp on the side of here. You do not need to cook your shrimp long. Shrimp needs to cook for 3 maybe 4 minutes, 2 on each side, depending on how big these are. These are jumbo shrimps. All I'm going to do is add some Italian seasoning. Do y'all see this boiling? I told you, you got to be careful with this cooktop, because it will have your stuff fried, okay? I'm going to add a little Italian seasoning to this. I do not need a lot. And then the flavors that's already in here is going to cook this. I'm going to put this back in the oven. I still got my oven on. That's why I said we multitasking. It's not that hard to cook this. And I'm going to put this back in the oven, okay? And I'm going to let my shrimp cook for another 4 minutes. Now, if you can't multitask, you like, listen, you said 10 minutes for the rice. You said, or 10 minutes for the pasta. You said 4 minutes for the shrimp. You got a lot going on, man. Help me out. Make sure you get a timer, or you just, set the time what time you started stuff. All right, this is looking good. Now, when this actually get done cooking, I'm going to show y'all the next step. So you're going to need some cream, some feta cheese, or you can use goat cheese. It's up to you. And then you can use a little mozzarella if you like. It just depends on what kind of cheese you want, or Parmesan, or you can get some sprinkled Parmesan. It's up to you. Really don't matter. And then you're going to need some heavy whipping cream, or you can use some milk, whole milk. I'm gonna use heavy whipping cream because I want this to look really nice. Now I'm gonna put the lid back on here. All we did is toast them, and then we went ahead and added 2.5 cups of water, and we're gonna let this cook. And we use some chicken broth, and we're gonna let it cook. Now, if you have chicken broth in the cart, go ahead and do that. Or you can just use some of these flavors that I'm bringing to you from Flavor Town, okay? Now, After that is being cooked, you need to cook this, you need to cook that. Our shrimp is in there. But if you decide you want to do like put everything in one pot, you can do that. It's a simple, easy meal. I'm going to use some cream cheese because I want this to be creamy. And I'm also going to use some aged feta cheese. I'm going to use this right here. Now, you do not have to use the feta cheese. You can use cream cheese if you want to opt out of this cheese, because this cheese is pretty high. It's like $10 or $12, just depending on where you live at. Or you can use the cream cheese. I'm trying to open this up. Y'all, it says open here. All right. Let me take that down there. Ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to open this up while I'm trying to cook and show y'all the meal. All right. It says open here. This is the struggle. I thought I had to pull something. Okay. Make sure you're watching your time. They making sure you do not get in this cheese, y'all. Let me see. Okay, open here, but how? Open sesame. Okay, let me see. I know y'all like, it can't be that hard to open this cheese up. It is. It really is. And I need this bad boy open. Okay, hold on. I think I know what the issue is. Y'all, it never fails when I get on here. I always making a mess. I done spilled the juice out of the feta cheese. Lord. Okay, hold on, y'all. Cut. This is where you need commercials. This is where you need a commercial break. I done spilled the juice out the feta cheese, y'all. Trying to figure out what's going on. Okay. Thank you. They got all this juice in here. Okay. I got that open. Funny. All right. So that's cool. So check on your shrimp and check on your rice. And then if you can, go ahead and flip it. So it's been in here cooking for 2 minutes. We just need to flip it real quick. Get all them flavors in here. Flip it. And put it back in there. I don't like to be in the kitchen for a long time. I like to cook and make sure everything has flavor and it's tasting good. All right, so now we're gonna cut this down. I'm going to add maybe a half a cup of water in here, and then I'm gonna cut it down. This smells really good. It smells really nutty and roasty because we roasted the orzo first with the butter, and then we start cooking it. So I'm going to cut this down because it's really nice. You can always go ahead and taste it. We use salted butter. If you don't use salted butter, you can go ahead and use the unsalted butter. Just add a little bit of salt to it, just a pinch. I wouldn't add too much. And then I'm going to let this cook on low. As that's cooking on low, we're going to check out and make sure that our veggies and shrimp is cooking. At 2 minute mark, I went in and flipped the vegetables around, well, shrimp around, because shrimp don't take that long. Don't take that long to cook at all. Yeah, I'm always spilling something. It's never, see, when I do videos, I normally edit stuff out. So like something like that, it'd have been edited out. Y'all would have never seen it. Y'all would have never seen it coming. Okay. We're just going to let this cook down a little bit more. Now, as that's going on, be careful. Open up your feta cheese. If you don't have feta cheese, you can opt out. I'm going to use half of this feta cheese, and I'm going to use maybe a quarter of the cream cheese. The feta cheese is already creamy. It's going to have a little texture. If you never tried feta cheese, go ahead and try it. It has like a little, it's a little salty. It has a little taste to it. It has a taste to it, salty. But if you're not like, if you don't want that, I don't want to say twang, because when you say that word, you think of like something got like a bitter or some weird taste to it. But feta cheese is good. I mean, if you like cheese, you're going to like that. So You don't have to use feta cheese. You can use goat cheese. Goat cheese is more creamy. If you use goat cheese, I wouldn't use heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream, you only need like a splash of it. But if you decide you don't want to use neither cheese, you can use heavy whipping cream and use half a block of the cream cheese to make it creamy. It's really up to you how you want. You don't even have to use cream cheese. Cream cheese is maybe a little cheaper than heavy whipping cream. I'm not for sure. But, you know, either or, you can use, you just want something to make it a little creamy. You want like a little cream to it, okay? So I'm going to use maybe an ounce, not even probably a full ounce, maybe an ounce of the cream cheese. And then I'm going to come back and check on this, make sure everything is cooking. And well, by now the shrimp should be done. We're going to take that out in a minute. And I'm about to show y'all, this is a 1-pot wonder. You don't need to do a lot. You can actually cook this in the oven and do not even have to do 2 pots at all. This is a nice hearty meal. I want to say it might cost you $20 and under, just depending on where you live at. It's not expensive. You can feed a whole family, especially if you're doing like a dinner party and you're trying to be fancy. Go ahead and pull this out. Pull this little number out. They're going to think you really know how to cook. And you're like, I'm mediocre. You don't even need too many skills. Just get the seasonings that I told you about. And they'll be thinking you Chef Boyardee. Okay? Not too many skills. If I had to rate this on a skill level, a 2. It's going to bring you to a 2 if you ain't at a 2, okay? I'm telling you. If you're not at a 2, it's going to bring you to a 2. All right. So now we're going to take this out. I'm telling you, you do not want to overcook your shrimp because it's still going to be in there cooking. It's going to still be in there firing and roasting up. You're going to let this sit. Boom, bada bing. Now let's get to making this so we can get to eating, y'all, okay? So I'm going to cut this half of a block and then half that block, okay? And we're going to start out small. You don't want to add a lot at first because maybe you don't like it. Maybe it's not your thing, okay? So you're going to put that in there and make sure it melts down. Then you're going to go ahead and add you about 1 ounce of the cream cheese into this. And it tells you on the side, if you never paid attention, they have like the labels on the side of how many ounces or how many tablespoons of stuff is. So if you're not like a really, really good cook, just check that out. They got you on the side. All right. And you just want to stir this in there until it melts down, okay? You do not want to add any salt to this because we already have a little bit of salt in our butter. This feta cheese got salt to it. If you add regular cheese, it's going to have salt to it. Your vegetables got salt to it. Your shrimp already got salt to it. Everything got a little bit of salt. So you don't need to be overdoing it. And I'm telling you, if you bake your shrimp like I just did, I'm about to show y'all a little piece. It's done. You do not need to overcook it. Look how beautiful that is. Simple and easy, especially if you're not like a cook. You don't want to be in the kitchen and you want to get stuff done. Simple, easy meal. All right, even our chicken bouillon flavor had a little salt to it. So you definitely don't need to be adding salt to nothing else. Now, once this starts melting down, cream cheese is going to melt down faster than that feta cheese. That's why I said start off with a little bit and work your way up. Taste as you cook because you never want to just dump whatever somebody tell you in there, especially if you don't taste your food and if you're not like the best cook in the world, or this is not like a meal that you would cook all the time. It's going to start coming out to be creamy like this. Now once everything starts melting down and it looks a little creamy, you can go ahead and add a little bit of heavy whipping cream. The most you need to put in here is a 1/4 cup max, but it don't need to be thicker than that, okay? And start small and work your way up depending on how much of this risotto that you make. Okay, and you want to stir that and you want to taste it. All right, stir it, taste it, stir it, taste it, flavor it as you go. Gotta wait. Stir it, taste it, flavor as you go. Okay. Let me go ahead and taste this real quick. Delicious. Okay. I'm about to cut this off because I have it on high. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and add in your veggies, okay? You want to add your veggies in here, like so. Hopefully we still live, okay? And you want to add your shrimp. So just add everything in here. And I know some people like, that look like a lot. That look like a mess. It's not going to be a mess. It's going to taste good. I'm going to show you a picture of it. I'm going to eat it. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And I'm going to stir it up. Just like this. Cut your pan off because you do not want to burn your food. And I'm telling you, taste as you go. It's going to be creamy. It's going to be nice. It's going to be flavorful. It smells good. If you can smell this, you want to eat it right now. All right. And I cut my pan off. My shrimp is cooked. My vegetables was roasted. The tomatoes is in here. If you want to make this even harder, you can even add spinach in here if you want. And if you was going to add spinach, you would add spinach at the end because the spinach is what's going to make it taste good and tasty. Yeah, this tastes delicious. All thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of salt, just a pinch of salt. Like this. Stir it up, and this is what you got. Simple, easy, and tasty. Look at that. Now, you do not have to do the 2-pot method like I did. You can do 1 pot, meaning you will put your orzo in the pan like this, a 9x13. You'll put your vegetables, your seasonings, all that, cover it up, let it cook for about 45 minutes, bring it out, stir it up, and it's going to look just like this with the cheese and the cream cheese in there. Finish it off with a little spinach, and that's how you cook this. So, thank you for sticking around with me for dinner. It's very, you can do chicken thighs. I would do chicken if you're not going to do shrimp, or I would do salmon. So I have done that before, but I had shrimp left over and I'm like, why not? Now, coming in with me soon because I'm going to be baking. We're going to be making chocolate cakes, cookies, dumb cookies, oatmeal cookies, and some other stuff. And I have the cake that I want to make this year because normally I make a different cake every year. I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to tell you when we're going to make it before we make it so you be ready and have your mouth salivating for it. So thank you for watching, tuning in. Hopefully I'll see y'all next Wednesday. We're changing the date to Wednesday and we're going to be baking. So be ready to bake. Thank you, y'all. Y'all have a good one.
Come put this on this thing. On his